when Microsoft first reported, the stock was lower in after-hours trading, and we couldn't figure out why. Now it's come back a little bit. Were these numbers, which are big beats, pretty much anticipated by investors and the 23% gain so far this year?
I think they were, and if you look at the breakup of the revenue, you will see the business and productivity applications was slightly disappointing. The cloud part was pretty good, 20% growth. And that's what you expect from Microsoft. It's got three main segments, very stable, and they're growing revenue at 15%. For a company of this size, growing at 15%, it's a stellar year, and I think they'll have a tough time next year, beating because of the comparisons that they're getting now. So
the Azure platform seems to be red hot. Is this going to be kind of like Amazon, where the first thing we just look at is how they're doing on cloud and intelligent cloud stuff, and that becomes the number that everyone automatically keys in on?
Yeah, so geographically, yes, Asia Pac is a growth market.
Oh, I said Azure, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I feel like we all say that word differently. Azure, Azure.
How is it?
Blue, it's blue.
Azure, again, Azure is their biggest growth market, and what you're going to see is, Amazon Web Services is leading the pack, Azure is number 2, and cloud is such a secular growth story that, it's something that companies, especially the big three guys, they can assume that the 20% growth is a given, just because it's such a big market, the tailwind is so strong that given the workloads being shifting to cloud, it's very easy for them to manage expectations on that side.
And of course, we heard from IBM on that front also talking about the cloud revenue. Does that also imply that the demand for cloud is such that it will extend not just to these big companies that dominate, but that there's enough for smaller cloud players? In other words, is this a preview of what we're going to hear from many, many companies this earnings season?
Especially, and it's going to benefit some. I mean, for IBM, I think it's a mixed bag. IBM Cloud is a very small portion of their revenue, so it doesn't help them much. But for companies that are pure play cloud, this will be a big tailwind, and it's not changing anytime soon.